Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how we squeeze out an extra 3, 4, 5% per year on SPY and QQQ. So I've been asked a lot of times why we have SPY QQQ instead of VOO and maybe QQQM. And I've explained it before, but I'm actually going to go in and look at the numbers and show you exactly why. So we're looking at a chart here for SPY. So it's a weekend, so nothing's trading live, but SPY is currently at about $685 per share for the ETF. And if I click on QQQ, QQQ is at currently about $625. So those are the numbers we're going to use. We'll assume that Monday, December 8th, these prices will be about the same. So a couple assumptions here. So first, let's start with SPY. So in order for this to work, you got to have 100 shares of SPY or QQQ. And basically, what I'm doing is selling covered calls on 100 shares of these ETFs. And VOO and QQQM, they may have options, but the SPY and QQQ has a lot more choices when it comes to options, a lot more volume, a lot more activity, which is important. So anyhow, a common thing when selling covered calls or cash secured puts is picking a delta that's around 0.20. And that means a couple things, the delta. But one of the things people use that for is a guideline as a percent that the option is going to get exercised. So a 0.20 would mean there's a 20% chance that the option is going to get exercised. So I'm not going to explain how the options work really in this video. I'm just going to show you what I'm doing and how we're squeezing out an extra 3 or 5% per year on top of SPY and QQQ. So the first two things I'm going to look at here are a couple strike prices here. So the strike prices I want to look at is 705 and 707. I've already kind of looked at this and did some numbers. So we'll look at 707 first. SPY is at 685. So what I'm going to say is that I'm going to pick an expiration date for about 5 weeks. Okay, so you could do this 10 times per year. So every 5 weeks, you're doing this, and this made the math simple. So you take it times 10. So whatever number I come up with, I'll just take it times 10, assuming for a year. And so 5 weeks is a good number. I'm picking January 9th, which is about 5 weeks. And we'll go down here to the 707. And you see the bid is at, to sell is at 268, and the delta is at 0.2069. And let's look at the 705. This one here, the bid is 316 per share, and the delta is at 2338. Okay, so let's go ahead and just kind of leave that for a minute. Let's go over and look at QQQ. So QQQ is trading about 625.48. And let's jump into the option chain. And I did the same thing. I went over here to January 9th, which is about 5 weeks away. But for this one, I went going out here and look at the delta. I'm going to look at the 0.20. So we really don't have 2.0. We have 0.1897. Then we have 0.2408. One of the reasons is because instead of increments of 1, these are jumping by increments of 5. So that's why there's a little bit of a gap between these two here. But anyhow, we're going to just go ahead and go with that. So we'll look at the 655. And the bid price is to sell a cover call is $2.94. And the strike price at 650 is at 408. And the delta for that is 0.2408. Okay, so we've got these numbers, and we won't need to come back to this because I already transferred those numbers over to my option tracking sheet. I just wanted to show you where I got those numbers from and make sure you knew that I wasn't making these up. So this is my option tracker. These here are all the trades that I currently have open. These are ones that I've closed from last week. But what I did, I entered 4 imaginary trades that could happen on Monday. Now, I'm not going to make these trades because I've already am locked into some current trades. And I'll talk about that in a minute. So anyhow, here are the 4 possible trades, and here are these strike prices. The 707. We'll start with SPY 705, like I said. And remember the deltas. I kind of rounded them up a little bit or rounded them down, whatever. So 0.20, 0.23, and then the next 2 are from the QQQ, 0.19, 0.24. So I transferred everything over here, so we're working with the exact same numbers. So let's start with this top one here, the SPY. So the first one we looked at was the strike price of 707, meaning that if the SPY got to 707 between now and January 9th, that this option would be exercised possibly, or if the price never gets to 707 and it expires, then we collect the premium here, goes down to 0, and then we collect the $268 is what the premium would be. We'll look at the rest of these. So if we did this 705 and it went down to 0, we would collect $316. If we go to the QQQ, if that keeps trading but does not reach the 655 or the 650, then the premium that we keep is the 294 and 408. So that'd be these amounts here. So this is the amount of money that we would collect up front and stick in our pocket. From December 8th till December 9th is about 32 days. Like I said, we could do 10 of these per year. And what I want to look at, the annual return of capital. This is money you already have in SPY and QQQ. So it's doing its thing. It's creeping up, going sideways, going down, creeping up, just doing what SPY and QQQ does. And what I'm trying to show here is that by covered calls, you're able to squeeze out a little bit extra percent on those each year without really risking much. So the first option here is probably one of the safer ones. You had a 0.20 delta, and if you did that once every 5 weeks, so 10 times a year, you would squeeze out an extra 4.32% approximately. And we're going to just assume that these premiums stay kind of the same over a year's time. So we're just kind of doing some estimates here. You'd squeeze out an extra 4% per year if you did that. If you got just a tiny little bit more aggressive and went with just a little bit higher delta, you could squeeze out 5%. Now, if we jump down here to the QQQ, the first one was the 655. We'd squeeze out about 5% extra per year. And then if we got a little bit more aggressive with the higher delta of 2.4, right away there's people watching that says, well, what happens if the price of SPY or QQQ gets above these prices here? And then at that point, you have to sell your shares of stock for this price. Well, I already thought of that, and I always think of that because that could happen. Like, let's say half that, like 1.30. And let's go ahead and enter that in here. So after about 2 weeks, this contract's only worth $1.30. What happens now if the price goes up above this and you have to sell? Well, let's go ahead and jump over to ChatGPT here. So I asked ChatGPT, like, if SPY is trading at 686, which is the price now, let's say Monday, and then ends up at 705 on 1/9, what percent gain is that? So I did that for all 4 scenarios that I showed, did the math here for me and everything. I also had it put in a nice clean table so we can see it better. So the first one is the most conservative, the SPY. So we start at 686 and price 705. So that's a 2.77% increase in 5 weeks. Would the SPY increase about 3% in 5 weeks? Well, over a year's time, that would be like a 30% return for the year. I mean, if you looked at the delta, it was like a 20% chance that this is going to increase by 3% in 5 weeks. So could it? Yeah. How often does it happen? Well, apparently 20% of the time. So QQQ, same thing. What percent increases 26 to 650 and also 655? So you got almost 4% and then 4.5%. I mean, that's a pretty good return. So part of me, when I do this, part of me is rooting for, like, don't get that high, go to 654 and stop. But then part of me is also saying, like, no, keep on going to 656 and I'll sell this and I'll pocket that money and just keep the cash for a little bit. And then I'll turn around, maybe sell cash secured put, or just sit and wait, keep the cash, wait for the price to kind of do its natural thing and kind of dip down maybe back to 650, 645 or something, and then go ahead and buy my 100 shares back. Going on here a little bit. So how much money would you actually gain from Monday, let's say 12/8 to 1/9/26, if these prices actually hit these numbers and you were forced to sell? So this is what you would make. You'd make $1,900 here and 21 and 2,400 and 2,900. Plus, I didn't mention that you also make this amount here. So this is the money you make no matter what, even if the price doesn't get there. And this is the money that is the bonus money that you're adding to your annual return of the SPY and QQQ. I hope that all makes sense. Now, some of you are saying, oh yeah, well, sure, and you can make a video with these scenarios and, just pretend. Well, if we scroll back here, you'll see that I actually do this. So back here in October, I sold a couple covered calls on this. See, we got QQQ and then SPY, and then did we do another one on SPY here? Yeah. So we had multiple cover calls going on here, and if I highlight these 3 here, this is the amount we made down here. So that just added money to the top of the annual return of QQQ SPY that we were able to squeeze out. And then down here, we had another one that we did, 2 contracts, ended up making $180. You see here, we didn't keep that till the expiration. We got in at $1.54 and then we bought it back early. Same thing with these up here. The price gone down quite a bit from what we paid for it. I mean, this one here we did pretty good because I think this is one that I had rolled forward. Yeah, I rolled it forward from a previous one because that's when the market took a dip and I rolled it forward, so I was able to make some extra premium. We have a SPY cover call here, 3 contracts. And if this goes down to 0, we'll make $210. It doesn't sound like a lot of money, but it's from the 24th through the 19th. And if we hold it to the 19th, I'll put the date in here that will calculate the return. And let's see, so that'd be a 1.45 annual return. So not a ton on that trade. And then we have another one for QQQ, another one for SPY here. So in other words, I practice what I preach, and we'll just plug in one more here to actually both these here. Let's say we hold these 2 till actually the expiration is 12/31 on these. And let's see where the returns on these would be. Put the same date down here. So it'd be 3.44% and 3% if we hold these till expiration, which we probably won't. That'd be 29 days that we would hold those. What will happen, I'll probably buy these back early like I typically do. So these here trades, once again, are just dummy trades I put in just so you can see the calculation of what the returns would be. All right, so that explains why we hold QQQ and SPY and not VOO and QQQM. If you enjoyed this video, we'd love it if you subscribe.